D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D. Back again with another mini reviews vid. This time it's going to be on a couple of recent sports films from this year. I recently just watched them on their streaming services. You can find them on. And, well, one's a true story and one is, well, kind of hard to explain, but I'll tell you about them when we get to it. Okay? So if you're ready, let's get on with the show. And of course, these mini reviews will be spoiler free. I won't give you much of the story, okay? And I'll give you my thoughts on it. First up is Air, released on. It was released in April of this year, released by Amazon Studios here in the US and Warner Brothers internationally. The film was directed by Ben Affleck, who co-stars with Matt Damon, plus Jason Bateman, Marlon Wayans, Chris Messina, Chris Tucker, and Viola Davis. The film is based on true events about the origin of Air Jordan, a basketball shoe line of which a Nike employee seeks to strike a business deal with Michael Jordan. So, that's all I can tell you about it, but I will tell you that Nike's on the verge of shutting its basketball shoe division due to its low sales. In response to this, the marketing VP Rob Strasser, along with co-founder and CEO Phil Knight, tasked that their talent scout Sonny Vaccaro to come up with a new spokesperson for their basketball shoes. While considering the basketball players chosen in the 1984 NBA draft, the executives of Nike think third pick Michael Jordan is off limits, being both a fan of another shoe giant, Adidas, and too expensive for the basketball division's meager budget. But however, once he watches Jordan's highlights in conjunction with an Arthur Ashe commercial for his head rackets, Vaccaro becomes convinced that Nike should pursue who he considers a generational talent with both brand and athlete building off each other. So he's going to North Carolina to speak with Jordan's parents. Anyway, now that's all the story I will give to you. Now, from what I've seen of the film, I will say it was not too bad and what have you. Now, it was originally to premiere on Prime Video, but however, Amazon Studios opted to release the film theatrically after positive test screenings, making it the first Amazon title since 2019's Late Night to be released in theaters while also premiering on Prime Video. The film did pretty well and went on to make $90 million worldwide. Now, even though it had a premiere a couple of weeks before it was released in March of this year at the South by Southwest Festival, the film got good reviews, particularly of Affleck's direction, Convery's screenplay. Yes, it was written by Alex Convery, who did an exceptionally good job with this, and the performances of the cast, which Matt Damon does an exceptionally good job of playing Sonny Vaccaro. Ben Affleck plays Phil Knight. He's good. Jason Bateman plays Rob Strasser, and Chris Messina plays David Falk. Also on board, Matthew Mayer as Pierre Moore, Marlon Wayans as George Raveling. We also have Chris Tucker on board as Howard White, Julius Tennant as James R. Jordan Sr., and Viola Davis as Dolores Jordan. Of course, those are Michael Jordan's parents. And Damian Young played Michael Jordan in the film. And there's many others and what have you. So the cast was pretty good too. Well, it has, let's see. Actually, it did not have a score or anything, so I can't really say anything about it. But however, it did get a really good soundtrack to have numerous songs. Yes. That includes several artists including Bruce Springsteen, Dire Straits, Run DMC, Violent Films, Mike and the Mechanics, The Alan Parsons Project, The Clash, and a host of others. And it's also Affleck's first film to not have a specific film score composed for the film, as a matter of fact. So anyway, the soundtrack was pretty good. It had some really good tunes. So anyway, I thought Air wasn't too bad. I think this is a film worth check out. After its release, it did come to Prime Video, and I just watched it on there the other day, and it wasn't too bad. So for my score, I give Air 4 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it an 8.5. Now to the next mini review. The next mini review is on the sports dramedy from 2023, Champions. It was released in February at Lincoln Square, and then and then later on got wide release in March. The film was released by Focus Features here in the U.S. and Universal internationally. The film was directed by the other half of the Farley brothers, Bobby Farley, in a solo directorial debut. Excuse me. From a screenplay written by Mark Rizzo, it is an English language remake of the 2018 Spanish film of the same name, starring Woody Harrelson along with Kaitlin Olson, Ernie Hudson, and Cheech Marin. Harrelson plays a temperamental minor league basketball coach who, after an arrest, must coach a team of players with intellectual disabilities as community service. Now, the coach is Marcus Marakovich. He's hot-tempered but skilled assistant coach for a minor league basketball team in Iowa, but he lets his temper get the best of him during a game and shoves the head coach, Phil. After leaving, he gets drunk at a bar and, while driving home, hits a police car, ending up in jail. But then Phil bails him out and gets into an argument with him, believing he was right and if Phil had listened, none of the previous night would have happened. So, as hearing, Marcus reveals that the judge has learned that the judge gives him a choice of 18 months in prison or 3 months, 90 days of community service with a basketball team for people who have learning disabilities, known as the Friends. And apparently he becomes, kind of close to one of the basketball players, Johnny, along with his sister, Alex. And that's all I'm going to tell you. Now, from what I've seen of Champions, I feel like this is kind of like the Mighty Ducks all over again, but only with basketball and what have you. And well, I've got to say, this was just so wow. While the film got mixed reviews, though, the film sits in Ryan's at 59%, where, as I should have mentioned, Air is like at 92, I think. Give me a moment. Okay, yes, I was right. I forgot to mention about Rotten Tomatoes score for it at 92%. So yeah, there were so many on that. Now, for Champions, on the other hand, it's at 59%, and they say although its apparent attempts to be uplifting can often come across as patronizing, the film is an amiable enough comedy with some seriously talented stars. I agree, but I still had a lot of fun with this film. I really liked how it involved, people with learning disabilities. That is very good in my opinion. That's why I felt like I liked this film after I watched it. The film had gone to make 18 million worldwide. Now, as for The score, it was done by Michael Franti, and it wasn't too bad. Let's see. Woody Harrelson plays Marcus. He did a very good job. Kaitlin Olson plays Johnny's sister Alex. Matt Cook plays another assistant coach named Sonny. Ernie Hudson plays Phil. And Cheech Marin plays Julio, the manager of the rec center where the friends practice. Now, as for the friends, we have Kevin Iannucci, if I mispronounced that, I apologize, playing Johnny. Others include Madison Tevlin as Casento, who is the only female in the group, Joshua Felder as Darius, Ashton Gunn as Cody, Matthew Von Der A as Craig, Tom Sinclair as Blair, James Day Keith as Benny, Alex Hintz as Arthur, Casey Metcalf as Marlon, and Bradley Edens as Showtime. So these guys here are absolutely really funny in parts of my view. Don't worry, I didn't make fun of their of what they were and what have you, or their speech impediment and what have you. I don't do that. I don't make fun of that. No, sir. No, ma'am, either. I think these handicapped kids were very, very good and what have you, aside from the regular cast. So you gotta admit they do good, and I just like them. Anyway, I feel like if you're into movies like maybe The Mighty Ducks or I don't know, maybe The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville, or heck, even probably another underrated basketball film that would be Rebound with Marin Lawrence, then I'd say you'll probably feel right at home with Champions and what have you. This film is absolutely really good. I don't care what they say, but it's pretty good in my opinion. My score for Champions, I give it 4.5 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 9. So please, no hard feelings to air. I do like it though, but I enjoy Champions just about a little more. So what did you think of these two films? Have you ever seen Air or Champions, or have you seen both of them? If so, let me know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned for my Saturday morning TV log of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes coming up next time. So I do hope y'all enjoyed this, and if you did, consider checking out these previous mini reviews vids. In the upper left hand corner is the mini reviews I did on 65 and Infinity Pool, 2 sci-fi films. The upper right hand corner is the mini reviews I did on Polite Society and Joyride 2023. Or go to the bottom left hand corner and see the previous mini reviews vid where I did mini reviews on Zoe 102 and The Slumber Party. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.